Before I begin, I want to say a little bit to my subscribers. I was not going to send this to anyone. I was just going to post it online. And then I realized, you know what? There are some out there that may end up needing something like this. I'm going to need it. I'm going to have surgery on my foot. So I did a little research and I decided, you know what? I think I came up with a pretty good unit, so I thought I would share it with you. This is the BlessReach knee scooter. And I'm going to have to keep my foot off the ground for minimally 2 weeks and probably even longer than that. And I chose this one for one specific reason. I think it has a better braking system. This particular feature is the main reason I chose this model. This is a disc brake, whereas the other models just have a metal plate that puts pressure on the wheel. And I just didn't trust that. If I went down a large hill, I could see it having difficulty stopping, whereas this will stop really well. There are adjustments that can be made on this. The last page of the book lists out how you adjust it. It's not that difficult. There are 4 different ways that you could use to make different adjustments as needed. So far, mine doesn't seem to need any. The device has dual hand brakes. Either one will stop the unit. And also it has dual locks to lock it in place. All you do is squeeze the brake, push that down. It locks it and holds the bike in place. I call it a bike. Sled, maybe? To release it, you just squeeze the brake and let go and it pops up. You can also dual brake it if you want to. Push them both down. I don't know why you would need to do that. Note, when you do lock it, you need to pull it all the way back, hold it, push that down, then release the lock, and that holds it in place. Squeeze again to unlock. It also has a little spring shock absorber. It can hold someone up to 300 pounds. It is adjustable. The seat is adjustable. The handlebars adjust up and down. It can also fold. I didn't think I was going to use this basket, but I've been practicing with it. And I went to the refrigerator and tried to get something to drink and then get back to my my recliner to watch some football, and I couldn't operate it and carry a drink and a snack at the same time. So I went ahead and hooked the bag on it. It velcros here and then it just kind of clicks in place. See if I can take it out. So it's got plenty of storage in there for all your snacks. Fold the handle down for storage or to put it in your car. It's this lever. It is kind of tight. You have to pull pretty hard. So you're just unpopping that. Then from that point, this pivots back and kind of goes at an angle, and then you can swing it around and lift the unit, put it in your car. Another reason why I chose this, I like the idea of the 12-inch wheels in the front. It does give a pretty good smooth ride. I'm not saying it's easy. I think you'll want to get one early if you can. I know I'm going into surgery in a week and a half, so I've got that long that I can play with it and try and acclimate myself to using it. The surgery I'm going to have is going to be on my left foot. So in playing with this, for me, I started out with my knee up here to the front. I'll have to check with the doctor and see what is best, but that didn't feel as comfortable as it does if I scoot back. And it's easy to roll. You do have limited turning capability, and that's so that it doesn't spill over, because if you could turn this all the way, it could spill over. So this is very limited space. I can't really show you too much, but it's going to work for me, I think. I would suggest if you're going to have elective surgery like I am, that you get this a couple weeks in advance, practice going around the house. Fortunately, I don't have carpet. I have wood floors in 90% of the house. Best for flat surfaces, but if you want to go out and get the mail or you want to go out to eat or something like that, it'll work fine. And so let's see what's in the box and how hard or easy it is to assemble. There's not a lot of parts. Are these two bolts. They'll hook in with a hex head, knobs, two lock washers. The only tool you'll need is this hex head wrench, which comes with it. Step one is to take the bolt, put it through the wheel, and what I referred to as a lock washer, they refer to as a gasket. So that goes over the threaded part, and then this will screw into the axle. This is where you'll use the hex head. Again, the bolt, the washer or gasket as they call it. You will want to tighten this down. You don't want that falling off. And this will be your front wheel. This is what will turn and steer. The next step is for this steering column support, and you're going to raise it up. And this was a little confusing to me, but it's really quite simple. This clamp just goes up and pinches on there. And I'm going to move the camera closer so you can see how it actually does it. So here's the steering column coming up, and there's a little wheel here. Lift that all the way up, then this just goes up, and see this steel bar, it will clamp that down. So let me try and get my hand out of the way so you can see better. And it just clicks into place. That locks this all into place. If you want to fold it up, to put it in the car, you'll just do the reverse. I don't know if you noticed, but these back wheels are underneath the steering column. That's not where they go. So now what you're going to do is it pivots. It'll pivot outward. So the next thing you're going to do is you have to remove this connector. Just unscrew it, just two parts, because you want this shock absorber to go right here. So we're going to position it right there. And now we're going to reinsert this guide and re-tighten. Here I'm going to thumb tighten it. And actually, as you tighten it, it holds itself, so I don't think you need to worry about it. So that's good and tight. And this is where the front axle goes, and you will need to remove this so you can get the front axle in. Now for this part, there are a couple of guides on the top of the axle. And I know the tire is blocking it, but that will put it in the proper position. So this little clamping mechanism, and there is a washer on it. You'll need to remove that, put it back in place. Actually, I'll show you that. It's pretty simple. And this is just a cap that screws into. Here it is in places, and this is the little part that I unscrewed. There's no washer there. The washer is up here. And so you're going to tighten this down. The instructions definitely show it facing outward. So let me put it in the right position, re-snug that little locking nut down there by hand, and then that locks it into place the proper way. Next up, we're going to put the handlebars in place, and again, here's something you'll remove, and it's this handle and this nut. There are several holes to choose from for height adjustment. For now, I'm just going to guess at what I would like. Not that tall. right back in there, and then you tighten with this handle. Next, we're going to attach the knee pad to the support. This is those 4 knobs that came in a separate package. Should be pretty easy. And without even looking at the instructions, I'm going to guess you remove this knob and screw, very similar to the handlebar. Again, this has holes in it. You might notice there's a reflector, reflective tape, so if you were out at night and headlights were behind you, that would reflect. So you'll want that to the back. And again, I'm just guessing medium height on it. I'll adjust it to my tastes after I finish. I have no parts left. I think this is it. Really wasn't that hard. It would have been easier had I had a larger flat surface to build it on. But I was able to do it without any complications whatsoever. If you found this video helpful and you would like to financially support work like this on my channel, you can simply go to the bottom right hand part of the screen below this video and you'll see some little dots. If you click that, click Super Thanks, and you could actually send me $2 or $5, whatever. I appreciate all the support I get. Regardless of that support, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. This is Boiler Dan 1, where I have a motto. It's that I know a little bit about everything and a whole lot about nothing. And as always, thanks for watching.